we are out and about. Afternoons Live is live at Chub's Pub right on University Drive. And you know what? There's a big, beautiful sign out there that's waiting to get lit up, and that's going to be taking place at about 6 o'clock, and we're getting you ready for it all day today. You can join the conversation, as always, at 35270. Since it's Friday, the tradition is you send in what you want to hear, we'll play it. In fact, I got some of those rock requests or text requests already. I appreciate that. We're going to have some fun throughout the afternoon here. I do have some guests lined up. Jack Michaels, the voice of sports here on KFGO, is going to join us a little bit later on. If you've been following along in the sports world, Carissa Thompson, with former sideline reporter, now is one of the hosts of the pre- and post-game of your NFL, I think on Amazon Prime now, admitted, I just kind of make it up as far as some of those halftime reports go, and it's got everybody buzzing about the ethical way of which you bring some of those sideline reports in the sports world, and, I mean, quite frankly, just reporting in general. So we've got that conversation. Erica Rapp, FargoUnderground.com, is going to be joining us to tell you about what else is going on in downtown Fargo. But I want to start where I am right now, over at Chub's Pub here, and Wade Lindgren and Mark Doyle are guests here to get you all revved up for what's going on. Wade, welcome back.
Hey, thank you. Thanks for having me.
You still have the keys. You haven't turned away.
Yeah, I do. I still have them. I didn't get any new ones made. Mark probably still has one, too.
I still have a key.
Mark Doyle, I guess I say previous owner at this point.
Absolutely.
You know, of all the people that were probably interested, you had to settle for him, huh?
I couldn't have done it without him.
Well, it says a lot over here, as well as the dedication that you guys have had of working together, keeping the place as is a tradition, but getting some things that were old once new again, and that's pretty much why I'm here today.
All right, yeah, that's Chub's has been a tradition for a long time. Mark owned it for 43 years, and
correct.
I hope I don't own it for 43 years. I probably won't live that long. But like I said, the main tradition, the reason we're here is the sign today. A lot of people remember the sign, bright, shiny, lit up. Most people probably lately, the generation, remember the Chew-Poo, because when it'd rain, only half of it would work. And it would say Chew-Poo Package Place on one side, and I think it said Chew-Poo Place on the other. And so people still call it Chew-Poo, which still is kind of a cool nickname, fun, all in its own. But the neons all worked. I remember slightly the flashing lights. So if you look at, everybody can imagine the sign in their head. So it's the Chub's Pub and Package Place, and then it has the yellow lights all the way around it. Well, they used to flash, and I think it was alternate kind of flash. I don't know, Mark would remember.
I think so, yeah,
alternate kind of flash, and then there's two lanterns on the top.
Right.
I don't think I've ever seen those lanterns work. Maybe it's been.
If you did, you don't remember.
Right, it's been a while. So,
well, they're so dirty that you couldn't see.
Yeah, the corrosion that those old bulbs had in there. I heard. I was talking to Drew with Indigo. They had to put some work in to get those things loosened out.
The bulbs are older than you, Tyler. So it's gonna be all the sign is exactly the same.
Yeah.
So if you've driven by today, you've seen Indigo up there. Working on it all day, and by tonight we're gonna flip the switch, and it's gonna all be like it originally was.
I can tell you this created some panic for people that were driving by Indigo signs, because I visited with at least 3 people said they doing something brand new up at Chub's, because I see the old sign there. They didn't realize that's where they're getting the work done on this. So now they can rest assured that it's back and it's going to be lit up tonight. And for many, we were talking, Mark, that we don't know of very many people that have seen that sign actually lit up in all its glory that we can find here, aside from yourself, obviously.
Some old people, they probably remember it. But, it's been kind of out of commission. I spent thousands of dollars trying to repair it, and it seems like every time it rained, then it would go back out and stuff. And so I just got disgusted with the whole process. And
so we decided to do it right this time.
We'll
hire the professionals.
Well, but we were talking about changing it with the LED lights and stuff like that. And then Wade said, no, we should go back because there's not a lot of those in town, maybe one or two. Maybe.
Well, that's what we were saying. I mean, this might be one of two. Everybody knows about the marquee downtown of the Fargo Theater. You got that, and you got Chub's Pub. Are those two unique signs that have that same kind of lighting on?
They're going to be the only two in Fargo that actually blink, like it's considered chase, so it looks like the lights are going in a circle all the time. That's what it's going to look like.
Okay. You get down here at 6 o'clock and see it for yourself.
So be careful when you're driving down University that you don't swerve because the light's so great and new. Just slow down and turn left into the parking lot.
Slow down. Have wallet in hand, ready to spend is what Wade Lindgren, current owner of Chub's, Mark Doyle, former owner. Let's talk about the tradition of this place. I mean, many people know it as, one of those premier bison bars, right? You come out here, this Chub's Pub, and I mean, that's how I got introduced, came down here to go to NDSU, but that's not always what Chub's was. There was, back in the day, this, I believe, if memory serves, is supposed to be kind of that.
It was supposed to be.
The pewter mugs and all that?
Yeah, so I've heard this, Mark would know a little more than me, but I've heard the same story from two different people on how it was supposed to be when it first opened in 1966. I don't know what month. Do you know what month, Mark? I don't think. Yeah.
Year's good enough. 66 is good enough. Okay.
So apparently it was supposed to be this kind of like high-end, like they had the pewter mugs, and then every bartender wore like velvet red vests and bow ties. There was a piano in a stage in the corner.
Back in that corner,
Yeah.
over by the off sale. I was told there was used to be a piano bar, and there used to be a piano there.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah,
that's
so
what I was told.
Apparently the story, and both these guys told me this, and all of a sudden the industrial area kind of around, and all these blue collar like workers would start coming in here and just start drinking, and they were dressed in, some would be there's tire store, two tire stores, bakery, so they wouldn't be in suit and ties, right? They'd be maybe dirty or have dirty shoes. So it turned quickly from being like high-end fancy piano bar to a blue-collar drinking bar.
Can I have one request? Can we bring back the red velvet tuxes just for one day? Just for one weekend. Give me one Saturday. You come and you wear that bow tie.
Have you seen the size of my bartenders? I'm not sure they make them that big.
You keep recruiting from the NDSU Bison football team is what happens over here.
I'm not sure they make vests that big.
I'm just saying.
We need shirts under these vests and bow ties. Just remember, that's going to be required.
This isn't Chippendales. We're not doing that.
This isn't Chippendales. Yeah, it's Chub's, not Chippendales.
But the tradition of this place, when you announced that you were going to be the new owner right here on Afternoons Live, I mean, there's people all over congratulating you because you've been a fixture here, Wade, for so long.
It is. People still are saying congratulations. I appreciate it. It's I started working here, and I never imagined I'd own Chub's, but just kind of over the years it became, I've put my heart and soul into this place, and just I don't know, I want it to continue, and I think that's why Mark probably sold it to me, because I want to continue it. He didn't want to sell it to somebody and tear it down and make it into a strip mall.
A car wash.
Car wash.
Yeah, plenty of the car washes going around. We don't need another one of those. I got to ask, because one of the things, you're a Chicago Bears fan. You go to Chicago quite
Mark's
a bit.
A Bears fan, too.
Oh, I did not know that we had two Bears fans. Yeah. Was that a prerequisite of, hey?
No, but it's hard being a Bears fan.
Yeah. Hey, well, you guys are congratulations. You got a couple of first-round picks from us.
You think going on a bar is tough. You be a Bears fan.
Then do both.
Well, we all had to suffer through that Thursday night game. I'm a Panthers fan.
All right. No kidding.
But you have been notorious about the Malort. Explain to people Malort, because I'm looking at a flag up here.
Yeah, Malort. No, Chub's #1 seller of Malort in North Dakota.
And I said one and only, probably.
No, there's lots of bars that have it now. Malort. So a friend of mine in Chicago that I've met over the years from going to Chicago introduced me to Malort. And it was kind of like you take a shot of it, and it has a very distinct taste.
It's one way of putting it.
Yeah.
Bad is what
Thanks, Mark, for being honest.
No. Oh, it's not bad. It's good. It just grows on you.
It's acquired taste.
Yeah. It is an acquired taste. I mean, come on. You remember Not that you ever drank underage, but when you had your first sip of beer, was it the greatest flavor you ever had?
No. You're right. When I was freshly 21 on December 26th,
correct. Yes.
of whatever year that was, that first taste of that Busch Light, I'm like, nope, this isn't it.
No. But anyway, so Malort, the bartender, he introduced me to it, and we drank it. And I was like, "Oh, that's got a very distinct taste." He goes, "Okay, you have to have at least 3 shots of it."
That's a salesman, is what that is.
You make your decision. So then I started doing it. Then I had one like infused in horseradish or something like that, and then pretty soon we drank it. Had 4 or 5 shots, and the next day, we got up and went out to eat, and then pretty soon I'm like, I kind of want a Malort. It all of a sudden you drink it and you kind of want it.
Folks, I'm not convinced. Has he convinced you to come to Chub's to try it? Is the question that, in fact, you can answer when you have that moment. And you come on over here between now and I guess 6 o'clock. That the sign lighting is going to be taking place, and I got to ask which one of you two is doing the Clark Griswold here.
I don't know.
We haven't decided that.
Yeah,
because I imagine you guys have the power strips out there. And once you have the connection, that's what's going to get this thing.
We're going to just maybe we both hold an end, and
We were kind of hoping we could get together with Excel and they'd just knock all the electricity out for the block.
Except for this one,
so everything would just go black.
Real Christmas vacation here for you. But I mean, honestly, this whole the sign lighting thing. I mean, like I said, when people were asking why the Chub sign was adding to go in the back street there, like, hey, what's going on up there? Wade. It's like, hey, don't worry, it's coming back.
It's coming back. And a few people are like, oh, is it changing names? I'm like, what? I'm going to change it to Wade's? That sounds dumb.
Yeah. Really ruined the vibe, right?
Wade's, that's last in the phone book. C is way up there. So.
See, you've thought this through from A all the way to W.
Yeah.
What's a phone book?
Yeah, good point.
I do have to mention one other thing. Obviously, Eric Johnson, the producer of the show here, somehow I was able to pull him away from you guys. Yeah. And now he's back there listening to this conversation. And I know that, with everything that's been going on. Eric, I mean, anything you want to add? Because you spent a lot of days slinging drinks up here, man.
I have. Chub's, I would not exist were it not for Chub's. My folks met there in the late 70s. Mark's wife was my 1st and 4th grade teacher. I got a lot of deep ties to Chub's Pub and Package. Can't be in better hands than Wade, for sure.
Yeah. Well, you get on down here once you get done, and we'll light this thing, have a good time. Yeah. Fellas, is there anything else before I let you go? I'm sure I'll be visiting with one of you before the end of today.
Absolutely. Hey, apparently Lori brought me a shot of Malort.
Yeah, she's getting all revved up.
And you
Mark,
too.
yeah, that thing ain't being touched. Mark, Wade, I appreciate it, fellas.
Hey, thank
you guys. Congratulations. Yep. We'll be hanging out here on air till 5 o'clock. That sign lights up at 6 o'clock. Make your plans to get on over here. Afternoons Live is really just getting started. I see your text request coming in to 35270. I'm Tyler Axness. Afternoons Live is just getting started right here on KFGO.